birthday live stream.
So, we are
Nobody's on yet.
on our way. Well, they'll hear it. I'll wait for...
Take 30 seconds.
We'll give some people some mailmen. Hold on. You never know. Could be a minute.
Oh, hey, look, Dive Talk just went live.
Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I see some folks coming in. We have a very special moment of why we're going live. Hey! We got Monkey and a bunch of people jumping in now. I can't wait to tell you what's going on. There's a lot going on. I mean, you can see the whole van is packed. There's Terry and Bill along with us for the ride. We are on a road trip headed to South Florida. Why are we headed to South Florida? What do you think we're going to do? You think diving's related? Diving is related. We are doing our Dive Talk Stress and Rescue class, along with a Dan Pro Diver's First Aid class. The van is loaded. I mean, it's hard to tell from this video, but we have every type of bandage, blood, backboard, splints, tourniquets, etc., etc., etc. So let's just say some people are going to get sliced, diced, and cut during the class. So that's what's going on. It's also my birthday. I thought I'd mention that. Anybody know how old I am?
Wow.
Anybody there online there know how old I am? Let's see if you guys can guess.
29.
I'm gonna go with 27.
Okay, we got 29 there, 27, so that's nice. Very, very nice of them. Yep, got a lot of different ranges. I appreciate the 72. Thank you. That's very nice of you guys. And I 87. That's cool, Mike. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Very, very nice. 35. That's somebody I want to give a hug to. Anyway, I am 58 years old today. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the first time actually that Gus and I have run a SSI diver stress and rescue class under Dive Talk Scuba. And Terry will be co-teaching the Dan portion of the class with me. Bill will be assisting with every portion. He doesn't realize how many times he's going to get injured.
A lot.
I have a special injury planned for this one that I've never done before. I'm looking forward to. Very special, kind of related to South Florida. So that's going to happen.
You're gonna have a meth overdose? But that's not.
Well, actually, we are going to talk about the use of Nardane during the DFA class. So, yeah. So that's what's going on. So we just thought we'd go live. We love these road trips. Tonight we're driving probably for 4 or 5 hours. We'll stop somewhere. My driver right there, he's doing a good job. And when we stop, at that point, we should only have like 3 or so hours to go tomorrow. We are staying at Ocean Treasure and Lauderdale by the Sea. We'll do a couple of days there. Then we are going to end up at Tiger Tail Lake, which is where the actual class will be taking place for the open water portion. It's perfect for that. The water temperature, it's not bad. I only have to wear a 5 mil. I'm not going to be in a dry suit. It's 92 all the way down to 25 degrees. Water temp is 92 degrees. Hope you guys brought your, wetsuits and hoods. Probably won't need your gloves, but that's one benefit of South Florida.
Questions? How about questions? Let's answer some questions.
All right, let's see.
Stop telling people our business.
Let me scroll and see. So, Christy Silva, did you have a typo and type 92, but you meant 29? That's my age. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Mike. You said our channel influenced you to get cert. You're now in your advanced class. Great to hear. Ever coming to Texas Gulf Coast? There is some cool diving there. I have dove there before.
Yep.
So we always like to say yes. I can't give you specific, but yes. Let's see.
Christy meant degrees.
Okay, Christy, that's cool. You get your hug back. Get your hug back. Hope things are going well with you, by the way. Yeah, Drive Talk is back, exactly. So, anybody have any questions for us or comments? Hope you all enjoyed the Roaring River videos, part 1 and part 2. Gus worked really hard on producing those. If you haven't seen them yet, I promise you, particularly part 2, I would recommend watching. It's
Both of them. Yeah.
It's got some funny moments, some scary moments. Yeah, that's a good one. So, lots of things were learned there. The mine video was awesome, and awesome to dive there. Remember, you guys can go to Bonterra Mine because you can be open water certified. You don't need any special certification to dive there. There are a lot of open water environments in the mine, and it's guided only. Absolutely recommend. Super cool to dive that mine. How are my teeth? Yeah, I was just talking about that. I still look in the mirror every once in a while, number one, to make sure they're there, and if they are, that they're not completely black. I didn't, want to tell Gus about it after I almost knocked my entire tooth out, but I noticed that he liked to replay that scene for some reason, which is not right, but he's like that. Let's see. I hope to join the team one day. I hope you do. Let me read what I like Gus stuck in the mud. Oh, in the pond video. He enjoyed that experience, I think. It was about 98 out. Every step went down to his knees. You'd hear, he enjoyed that. I'm mad we didn't find the pipe. I don't know where that pipe is. I feel bad. I mean, we really tried hard.
But people did give us a lot of good ideas on how to find it.
They did. We'll ever do a lionfish hunt video.
Yes.
This afternoon would be nice.
That
Absolutely.
question wasn't for me.
Absolutely. We're all going Meg-tooth hunting again soon, so that's on. We got a lot of people on, well over. Thank you for the purchase. Did they ever find the hole in the pond? I never find, those smaller holes are hard to find in general. You have to have special technique. You got to be like this delicate, precise way, and I'm just not good at that. I can never seem to. They like describe where the hole is, and this is how big the hole is. This is where it is. This is how you don't. The hole can suck you in. They kept warning me about that, but none of that happened. Any fin recommendation? Yeah, simple. Anybody want to say the fin recommendation in this car that we would immediately... Deep six, Eddie. Deep six. Yeah, I mean, they're amazing. You two plan on diving the B29 in Lake Mead?
Does Lake Mead still have water?
It has some water. I mean, I'm worried about it. That Lake Mead is drying up so badly.
How did you and Gus meet?
How did we meet? And we met at a dive shop that we both were at, which was Sea Ventures in Atlanta. It's now Dive Ventures. And basically, Gus, I think the kind of got to know him the most with when he took, I believe, my stress and rescue class, and then he just kept on going from there. He became an instructor, cave diver, rebreather diver, and he's never been nice to me since. It's pretty cool. Nice. All that I did for him.
The end. That was the story.
Alright, that's it. Yep, that's how it went. Let's see, what else are you guys saying? I'm trying to read it while we're driving. Woody Wen had collection video on YouTube. Yeah, I'll bring them all out. That's a good idea. Yeah, I haven't done that. I haven't brought them all out at once, and they're growing because some of you have been kind to send some really cool ones. Just want to tell you I appreciate you both so much. I love your channel. Thank you, and everything you stand for. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Forensic diving course in Florida to use when you guys dive Lake Mead? Question mark. Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean, possibly. We could try that at some point. Yeah, Woody left the battery at home on this trip. I don't need it. It's warm, so I'm not gonna get, my teeth knocked out. Don't laugh at that. Did I laugh at your almost CNS full CNS?
I wasn't laughing about that. I just remember something.
It's weird that right when I said it, you always laugh.
I just remember something every time.
How do I act with your CNS when you totally mixed up which gas is which and didn't bail out? Which is the rebreather 101 bail out. But it's good you thought about it after. It's good to be narked at 210 feet.
I mean, I thought it would be a good idea at the time. Experiment.
I'm really glad nothing happened. That was beyond dangerous. How is Gus feeling after Roaring River? Well, he's still friendly old guy that he always is.
Yeah, I feel great. Thank you. Thank you for asking, everyone.
Yeah,
who has said that they're glad that I made it and everything was good. I've been talking to people and messaging me and stuff. I just tell people that really who gets all the credit are the instructors that I've had throughout the years. Woody and Doug and Ed and all the instructors that I have, because the training is what really took me out of there. Once you realize you have a problem, you just fall back to the level of training that you have. So really, if anyone deserves credit, it's the instructors that I've had, not me. I just follow what I learned.
Yeah, he really handled it well. It's a difficult situation, and mainly I'm just really relieved nothing happened to him. Hey Woody, thank you for saying that though. Hey Woody, and enjoy you and Gus. I will never die, but I appreciate your knowledge on the subject and sense of humor. Thanks. We have we've always been humor is not
dead serious.
Let's see. Let me read some questions. What did Mike Young say about his Ed wall decor? Well, more importantly, we'll talk about what Mike said. But then I want to talk about that I was worried, right? But first, let's talk about Mike. So I take it out, and you can't hear it in the video. It's really hard to hear the sound in the camera because it's encased. When I first took it out, I'm not kidding you, this is exactly what happened. I take it out, I take the one like we're spreading love, the sign or whatever. He looks, but like, that's awesome, that's hilarious. He just went, what's going on here? Like, meanwhile, we did find out later that Ed, he loved it. Gus was right. I was so worried that for a week I've been like, oh man, am I going to ever be able to go back to Cave Adventures? Ed thought it was hilarious, and Ed is still spreading love to this moment in the 20-foot habitat underwater at Roaring River.
Yeah.
Right next to the sign. Mr. Warp. But his biceps in that picture are just amazing. Man, he looks good. He's up above. You saw we had to place him, so he's always looking down.
But I just feel like he's telling you, like, don't make me come here.
Right.
When you look at him, it's like, don't make me come here. It's like a message.
Because if he comes there, it's probably not for exploring.
You messed up if he has to come.
Yeah. But that would be that'd be the guy we would call, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, God forbid something happened. Ed, the real Ed, can you come?
And he'll drop anything he's doing and come.
Exactly. That's the amazing part about Ed. He, without hesitation, he's coming. At his own cost and expense, by the way. He does all those recoveries. He self-funds that stuff, so it's pretty amazing. And he's very gentle soul when you take a class with him. I'm still a little PTSD shaken up every once in a while. But I loved it and learned beyond a ton from him, and I always do when I'm there. So, does cave diving cause your blood pressure to go low? No, I don't think so. No, not in particular. Some of the cave diving is super relaxing.
Sure, I'll say yes.
Because when you get, when you really do get into that really zone of just being able to sit there motionless, man, it's just so relaxing. It really is relaxing. So. Oh my God, it's awesome. Especially on the way out when the flow is pushing you. That's you're just like Just ride the flow out.
Yes.
What is your guys' favorite place to dive besides the Crystal Caves?
Oh man.
Well, you can. for me, I really try my best to always be in the moment. But I still think that in terms of the ocean, Indonesia's, I've been there 3 times, and it just blows me away every time, to the point of crying. And I would say Chuck Lagoon, in terms of technical wreck diving on the Chuck Lagoon on the rebreather, is just unbelievably heaven. That's it for me.
I mean, for me, if I can dive anywhere in the world right now, it would be the Crystal Caves, like by a lot, like not even close. Like, oh, there's a close second. No. By a lot, the Crystal Caves. But I would say second would be probably Cozumel. Cozumel is so much fun. It's awesome.
Well, speaking of Cozumel,
and I'm excited about the meetup because people are going to get to experience that. And we have a lot of people that have never been out of the country, and the meetup will be their first time, and they get to dive in Cozumel with us, which is awesome.
When is it, and how do they sign up?
July 8th through the 15th next year. And if you go to our channel, you'll see the link to register. We made a video about registering for Cozumel.
Join us. It's going to be awesome. It's super amazing. Mellow drift diving. We did get a lot of questions. Do I have to be a rebreather diver? No. Do I have to be an advanced diver? No. Cozumel is the perfect place to just like drift and chill. Yeah. And it's all-inclusive resort, like a 5-star resort. This is a really nice part of the island. And
we'll have speakers, which we've been lining up, and they are next level.
Yes. Great speakers each evening after we dive, after we have our dinner, and it's just going to be a blast to be together for a week and just enjoy each other's company. So we hope you come. A bunch of you have so far. I think there's quite a number that have signed up. Yes, Cozumel, way to go. So please come. Let's see if I can read some more questions. Give me a second. And feel free, Terry, if you see any good questions, to read them back there, because it's hard for me when I'm holding the camera and trying to read them at the same time. If deco is 30 minutes per 5, maybe and down, saturation divers must be doing deco for weeks. Yes. Yeah, they come up, they lift that whole air bell that they're in, like on a crane, and put them on the boat, and it can be
days,
multiple days, or they don't.
Well, but the thing is with saturation divers is they're fully saturated. It comes a time where you cannot be more saturated. So it's not like if you stay down there for another week, now you're adding way more to the decompression. No, it's the same amount of time. It's multiple days. I think it's like 3 days to come to the surface, and they ascend something like half a foot per hour. Something like that. It's
super
like
slow.
Super slow.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. They actually say that full sat diving is much safer than the bounce diving that we all do, right? Because we're bouncing. We're literally diving down. We're taking the Buhlmann deco model and coming back up where it's saying this is the maximum your body can tolerate in terms of bubbling, because we're bubbling.
If you're a 20-year-old Navy SEAL.
If you're a 20-year-old Navy SEAL. Then we add the gradient factors to say, okay, we don't want to be right on the Buhlmann line, the M value. So we add the gradient factors so that we are adding a level of conservatism, both for the deep portion and the shallow portion. Saturation diving is different. That's actually much safer because they fully saturate and then they don't bounce. They're literally off-gassing so slowly, so it is actually a safer form of decoing. There's a lot of cool videos and articles about that topic.
Do you dive with turtles?
I love diving with turtles. I mean, they're all over South Florida and Cozumel, so they're wonderful.
Have you tried the UV cut lenses for the VX1s? Worth it or not?
I think I do have the UV. I have a UV film in one of my masks.
Really?
And it's really good. I dive it in, like, if it's really sunny out. And I also, believe it or not, I now dive it at the Georgia Aquarium because it helps my vision in the Ocean Voyager. I tried it and I'm like, man, I can see so much better, like the details of the rocks and stuff like that. So I really do like that.
Was Roaring River better than the submerged one?
than the submerged what?
Mine.
I mean, they're
Totally
different.
different missions.
They're so
I
different.
loved it. For me, it's the
I
first.
love both.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've never cave explored. That was the first time I ever got to, at 260 feet underwater, be in a portion of a cave that no one's ever seen before.
If I can rephrase that question to, if you could dive either one, like if we were in Missouri for a day and you can dive either one, I would dive the mine.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to see at the mine.
And the Roaring River's not open to the public. You can't dive it. We had a special permit. Well, Mike Young had a special permit.
Part of the team.
We were part of his team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, it was a thrilling moment for me to get through that restriction, number one, and then be in Virgin Cave. Yeah.
And I want to say that also what makes the mine special is the people that work there. The staff at the mine is
Great.
top notch.
They are
amazing.
They unbelievable.
Yeah.
Every need you have.
You have a super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
The deepest you guys ever dove.
On air?
Deepest I've ever dove is about, it was in the Caymans. I've got to go back and look. It's 370, 380 range.
248.
And Gus is 248.
JP wants to know, can you guys talk about adaptive diving?
I mean, you mean like the adaptive dive programs, or is that what they're talking about?
Probably.
Like with with handicap?
Yeah.
Okay.
At SSI, we call it classified. I'm a classified dive instructor. I think it's one of the most wonderful experiences for the giver, even more than the person that's actually able to receive the fact that you can take them diving. You get complete and total satisfaction. I did an entire week where I devoted my entire week in Australia to bringing one of my students in classified diving who had muscular dystrophy, and I took her on every dive. And to describe that bond and to watch her excitement underwater and hear her excitement underwater, what can you say? I'm the lucky one there.
Yeah.
Do you know any caves to dive in Canada?
I don't.
There's several, but
I
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't.
I know because we've been invited several times to go cave diving in Canada.
Yeah. So we're not familiar with that area.
Do you have a favorite spot to dive in Chicago?
I mean, I dove the Great Lakes.
Portillo's is good.
I had an opportunity to go out with a dive operator there. They treated us wonderfully. Joseph was there, and we were all on rebreathers. We were in dry suits with dry gloves, and the wrecks are totally pristine but they're covered in zebra mussels now. But the zebra mussels are filtering all the water, so the water is like unbelievably pristine. But the bottom temp on one of them was 39 degrees. So I loved it, but it's a lot of work, in my opinion.
And now I want Portillo's.
Portillo's is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to Scotland?
Yes, I have. I haven't dove there, but I have been there. He has too. So yeah.
Glasgow and
I do a lot of
the other one.
I do a lot of famous
Edinburgh.
golf in there.
Edinburgh.
Big golfer.
No, I don't know how to golf.
I don't know how. I just know that you're supposed to say golf when you talk about Scotland, and beer, which I don't drink.
Chris German wants to know, when are you guys going to come dive the Salish Sea?
The what?
What?
Salish Sea.
Salish?
When we find out where that is.
Is that like your sailboats and sailfish?
Correct.
So that's how much we know that information. When we talk like that, it means we have no clue.
So probably next month.
But I'll sail along with you. That's not the funniest joke I've ever made, but all right, we better move on because I don't know what to talk about.
What's the next one?
If you guys find treasure in a secret cave, do you tell everybody or nobody?
Well, we haven't, but I can tell you some caves are super protected, like Roaring River. No touch, no take.
Nope.
Find something in Roaring River, even if it's artificial jewelry, you cannot take it out.
Yeah.
But no, in general, we don't.
I would never do anything
We're not
like that.
cave explorers. Remember that the most of our cave diving is already on line that has been there for a long time, and we're just on that already known areas.
Yeah.
You've seen bone bats underwater and alligator skulls and stuff like that, even in the Florida caves, but you don't touch them. I mean, they're there for everybody to look at.
In the crystal caves in the Bahamas, there's bats that are under crystal. They're like underneath the crystal. It's unbelievable.
Imagine the whole floor is crystal and the bats they're like right under the first layer. It's wild.
Yeah, petrified or whatever.
Anything else? Any other? I see a lot of people are online right now.
We've got about 152. There's lots of comments.
Any more questions, everybody? The questions help us have conversations. I could read some comments. It's whiskey that we're famous for in Scotland. We'll do that. We'll do some whiskey there when we go.
Ignoramus.
I knew that. Well, I'll have whiskey when I'm there.
Do you think you'll get to dive with the cave cartographer in Mexico?
Isn't it Scotch?
Rory O'Keefe?
Wait,
That would be
is
awesome.
Scotland known for Scotch?
Yes, it's Scotch
Scotland.
here, but there it's just whiskey.
Oh, I didn't know they're different.
Without
I love a good Scotland Scotch. Okay.
So we have a question for you, since people don't...
A Mexican photographer?
Cartographer. Rory O'Keefe. We did a video.
Yeah, I would love, man. That guy's amazing. He's unbelievably talented.
Tell Chris that the Puget Sound is too cold for anyone to dive.
Puget Sound, anyone to dive.
And that's the only reason I knew that it was Salish.
The Salish Sea is in Washington. The
Correct.
Puget Sound is part of it.
Why would we do that?
Well, I have a full...
Giant octopus
I have a
and
full...
giant squid.
Oh, I'll
Alright,
definitely
fine.
do that.
But it would be like freezing. The Puget. So 15 years in Seattle, which is the reason I knew that it was Salish, but too freaking cold.
I have a heated
think
garment.
It would be cool to see the things in the Puget Sound, but it's just so cold.
So I'm going. I have a heated garment. No problem. I'm full heated Santee garment. What is your most favorite site to dive? I want to see Gus Dry Cave. I am going in 2 weeks on a
Good for you.
3-day dry caving journey with some dry cavers, one of them being David Vigiano. It's 56 degrees, that place, that Salish place that you guys said. That's not bad. That's
Not bad.
That's about the same as the
That's
mine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, especially in a heated garment. No problem with that.
Yeah, dry suit, no problem.
Nathan says, "What do you aren't getting on Gus's nerves enough? Bring on the entertainment."
No, we're just chatting. We're answering questions. Okay. I never get on his nerves. On the other hand, my nerves.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question and the people a question without Googling. So people have to answer without Google. The question is, what are earthquakes called on Mars?
I'm waiting for them to answer, but
What do you think? I mean, you're the expert on
everything.
space or whatever.
Right.
On everything. That's right. You're the expert on everything. So what are earthquakes called on Mars?
Quakars. They abbreviate it there. They're huge, so they're just, it doesn't Quakars sound way more violent than
Wow.
earthquakes? You know how powerful a Quakar is? Quakars,
What are people answering? Let's just see what people are. So it would be weird.
terremoto, seismic.
I don't know the answer to this, but it would be weird if they're called earthquakes.
They're probably
I'm
called
thinking.
Mars quakes.
Well, who knows?
But I'm pretty sure NASA now is gonna pick up the
I'm
name.
just hoping Neil deGrasse Tyson is watching this and he can chime in.
I
There's
know
lots of people saying terremoto.
I know a NASA
Terremotos
engineer.
it's earthquake in Spanish. They're just.
I know a NASA engineer. She's a very, very good friend of mine. Top engineer at NASA. I'm going to recommend they adopt my
a top
name.
engineer at NASA, and she's
Quakars.
actually your friend.
I discuss quantum physics with her all the
Does she
time.
know the things that you talk about?
She agrees with me on all
Stop.
of multi-universe theories.
Then she's not a NASA.
For entertainment.
She's a
Dude,
sauna. Or
I'm an
something else.
expert on string theory. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Okay, well, I study it.
Cheese.
I study string theory, quantum physics, multi-parallel universe theories, and
Watching YouTube is not studying.
alien DNA.
That's not.
I
how it works.
study it with her.
Oh
Quakar.
my God.
Quakers are just powerful on Mars. All right, any other?
Nobody answered the question. All right, I don't know. All right, Google.
There was a
You have
lot
any
of
other-
Mars quakes.
You have any
Mars
other?
quakes? Okay, maybe it is Mars quakes. I have no idea. I don't know.
Thank
I'm
you.
asking the crowd
Why don't you?
because I knew you didn't know.
Okay, you remember
Hey,
the other
we-
questions you thought I didn't know about Missouri?
We need to clear up the what DPVs are called. Someone called it a DPD.
Dive Propulsion Vehicle, DPV.
And no, we're not diving with them this weekend.
No. So this weekend we have students, so it's a class all weekend. NYU, alma mater. Yeah, that's my daughter went there. She is a big NYU fan. It is an amazing school, that's for sure. I always loved visiting there, mainly for the pizza. But I mean, the school was good as well. The pizza right there in the
Yes.
village, because it's near the village. Oof,
That
solid.
is so good.
By the way, I'm starving. Is there a Burger King nearby?
Dude,
There's
we
still.
just
Oh my God,
left.
Burger King! They raised the price. It's not 2 for $5. It's like 2 for $6.
What?
Yeah, and you get more stuff though. You get like fries.
Oh,
But
that's
I
cool.
missed the 2 for $5.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Are we going to film this weekend?
Oh, beyond. Absolutely yes, and I have an injury planned. It's gonna be interesting. What fast food place has the best fries? McDonald's.
Yeah.
That's not even close.
I'm not even gonna.
My cousin owned 11 McDonald's, so a little partial. And you know, I gotta say,
they have the best fries. They do.
they have the best fries. And the Big Mac with Thousand Island on it without pickles. Wow, that's so. I would eat it right now. As a
More
matter of
ice
fact-
diving?
No.
No, it's rough. I mean, it's hard to ice dive, but you never know.
Are you coming to Brazil?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah,
not?
love Brazil. I've been to Brazil and Argentina. I love that area.
I haven't been to Argentina, but I've been to
Beautiful Iguazu waterfalls. Did you hear that? I've been practicing my Spanish.
Don't
Iguazu.
get there.
Stop him.
Iguazu. Iguazu Agua Fall.
Oh my God.
I don't know the word fall yet, but I learned soon. I learned rapido. Wendy's has good fries. They can be. Yeah,
No.
Wendy's is solid, but McDonald's
Not
dominates.
even close.
I can't even with these.
The Wendy's hot and
Although
juicy is not.
the curly fries from Arby's are good.
Yeah, I mean
Those are
Chick-fil-A.
legit.
The Wendy's hot and juicy is not so hot and juicy anymore. She's lost her hot and her juice.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. She has. Wendy lost her hot and her juice.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Now she's the dry and
We're gonna get canceled. But all right.
Lawsuits on the
Keep
way.
going.
Just saying. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Whoever does
I
their
love
social
hot-
media though,
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah.
Now that they're gonna tweet at us and destroy us.
I love Wendy
So Wendy's
when she's hot and
Twitter
juicy.
account.
Go back to being hot and juicy,
Right.
and then I'll eat you again like I used to.
That's
Wow.
What?
Dropping like flies.
Talking
Our
about fast
subscribers.
food. You guys are so weird. I don't even know where you're going with any of this.
I don't know.
You wouldn't eat a hot and juicy right now at Wendy's?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, what's the problem?
oh shit.
All right. What other questions do we have?
Steak and shake, but they take so long. But they're
So small.
the strips are good
They're
though.
they're tiny.
Yeah, but they take forever to make.
Is it better to dive on a full stomach or an empty stomach?
I generally don't eat before I dive.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I don't know because I've never. I don't think I've ever dived with a full stomach. So
Unless,
I don't.
wa-
It'd be amazing.
unless there's waffles. Well, with maple syrup and waffles,
Yeah.
I would probably dive on a full stomach if that was around. Like, let's say there's a Waffle House right before we go on a dive. It's going to be a full stomach.
Why
How-
do you love octopuses?
How deep has Mike gone in the exploration of Roaring River? Almost 500 feet,
472.
but he's 472. But I believe pretty soon, coming up here in a couple weeks, he's going
Stay
to
tuned.
go deeper.
Washington is amazing.
Why do I love octopus? Because they really are brilliant. Forget about, I mean, I know what they are. I know they're not from, planet Earth, and there's books on it, which I've recently promoted, but they are incredible to watch, incredible intelligence, and, how can you just not admire just a species of that, of those abilities? They're amazing.
What do? You still free dive?
No, not much, because I'd rather be on my rebreather. I could, free dive and hold my breath, or be on my rebreather for 3 hours and kill lionfish. Now in Bahamas, if I'm going on a Bahamas trip, which I was invited on a yacht, actually I forgot to tell you I was invited on a yacht trip recently. To kill lobster there, you do have to free dive. They won't let you use tanks.
I'm good.
They just disallowed it in the Bahamas.
I'll stay on the boat, smoke a cigar, and watch you fools free dive.
Anything else out there, everybody? Enjoying your questions. Well, maybe we'll wrap it up here soon. I'm thinking about a Wendy, hot and juicy, or a
Buc-ee's?
Are we near Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
Favorite
Buc-ee's.
drink?
Pretty tough, but probably
Like
orange.
alcoholic or overall?
Orange Gatorade or blue Gatorade is up there. Or only Fiji water. I can pass a taste test on water. If you put bottled water in front of me and mix it up, and I'm blindfolded, and you put Fiji,
We're gonna do that.
I nail it every time.
We're gonna do that. By the way,
See how easy.
yeah. Well, I'm not gonna announce anything, but we're gonna do that
Good,
because I did it. I thought I can tell. I can tell Fiji.
way better.
I thought I did, and I couldn't.
You don't have a Fiji
We did
palate.
a double blind test at my house.
Your tongue is not attuned to Fiji like mine.
We're gonna do it, and if you find it, man, I'm gonna be very impressed.
Well, get
I'm
rid
a
of it.
water snob in the car.
Yeah, once you do that double blind test, man.
This tongue knows Fiji.
By the way, I did the double
Like
blind
Taya.
test, and I realized
Fiji.
that I like smart water better than Fiji water. I thought I always liked Fiji water.
It burns, that smart water.
Stop. It's just because, it doesn't have an effect on you, so it burns.
Gus, favorite cigar maker?
I mean, I think my favorite is probably the Partagas Lusitania because, I mean, they're so good. But
It doesn't taste good. It burns your whole mouth
Partagas
out.
Lusitanias are great. If you can find
I'm coughing just thinking about it.
Bolivar Libertadores, they're so hard to find. They're awesome. Cohiba Siglo 6, awesome. Monte Cristo number 2, awesome. So all those 4 cigars are amazing.
Oh, Dasani, it literally fries my tongue.
That is horrific.
My tongue is gone after Dasani. I might as well not do any more of the taste test because my tongue is gone.
I am not a bot. I can't do anything about it.
Woody, have you
What?
had dive
Like
partners
somebody who just won't let
like us
me
before?
saying you guys are gonna drown. Just being stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody like Boss?
like what?
Water. Boss? B-O-S?
No,
I think it's like drinking cologne. It's the worst.
no, I would rather have, no, it's really
I'd
bad.
rather drink mine water.
Have you ever dived in Devil's Den or Blue Grotto?
Yes, many times, yeah. Great
Oh
for
my
training,
God.
everybody. Great for training.
I think everybody in this car has dove those locations multiple times.
Yeah, it's great for training. They're caverns, and it's great for bringing new diver students.
What's the maximum a rebreather can last?
It depends on the rebreather completely,
sorb.
and the sorb, and the temperature, and the amount of work you're doing.
And the depth.
Right. So our rebreathers have a little bit more, or around 5 pounds of sorb. So in warm waters that we typically dive, without a heavy
Is
workload,
Heidi still alive?
we typically will say it's about 1 hour per pound of sorb. Typically.
We're just gonna have to ignore that. Yeah, we've got people complaining about it now.
Who? What are they doing?
Somebody's
Sam
spamming.
Dennis.
He will drown them. What is this talking about? Drowning?
They keep going.
I don't like that. Don't talk about that. We don't want to.
Just bad.
Thanks to you guys.
I don't
I'm
have
looking
that.
into finally getting my open water cert. That's awesome. We both, Gus and I, love hearing that. That's great. That's really, really good. Was the restriction naturally open, or did Mike have to move rocks? No, it was naturally opened. We talked to Mike about that later. Just the flow got so high that it actually did push some of the rocks out of the way, which is kind of cool.
So you can text Susan and tell her.
That's what I'm on my way to do.
So that was really nice. Really, really nice. I'm trying to read these, but it's hard to do. Give me a second. I'm trying to read your questions. I know they're coming.
I just sent her a message.
Thank you.
I just blocked someone on here. Okay. I don't know why people
You
would.
and Gus ever tried underwater fighting?
Yep. We did the
Jousting.
jousting, underwater cave jousting, which, by the way, we're due for a
Yeah.
joust too.
2022
Maddie.
tournament.
Yeah, the 2022 tournament could be gigantic.
Always CCR, or do you do open circuit at times?
Yeah.
Now, we do open circuit at times, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's nothing wrong with open circuit diving, and you should get a lot of open circuit diving in, and then become a rebreather diver.
For sure.
Susan took care of it.
Susan Gonzalez for 300. I don't know what that means. Hello, everybody. Thank you for saying hi. Let's see. What do we typically do to relax after a lengthy dive? Eat.
There's every time we finish the dive, there's a lot to do. Like you have to prepare, the gear for the next day. So we have to fill tanks. We have to sometimes repack the rebreather with sorb. I mean, there's always something. It's never like you get out of the water and you can just relax. There's always something that we have to do.
I mean, it's full days when we're on some of those big rebreather trips, like Gus said, man, from morning. I mean, at 8 o'clock, your eyeballs are just struggling to even stay open. I've never dove Tallahassee. We were going to do that. I know there's some caves there, so a good friend of ours dives that area, and I would say that we probably will. We don't work full-time as instructors. No, we don't. Hello from Sweden. Hi there.
What's up? Love Sweden.
How many registered so far for Cozumel?
There's a bunch.
A lot,
We don't know.
Dude,
but I'm not sure of the exact number.
Susan doesn't know what the incident is that you had.
Well, just don't worry about it.
She just asked me.
The Red Sea is amazing. Of course it's amazing. Are you planning
Should I just say maybe you should talk to your husband?
merchandise, by the way? Hi from London. Hello from London. That's cool. We met diving. Gus and I were diving through the same dive shop here in Atlanta, and that's how we met. Yeah, he's a very good driver. I mean, there's been moments where I feared for my life, but overall, recently, going to Marina River, I'm afraid of water, but I'd go with Woody. Wow. Thank you. I would love to. I wish I could die with the world.
I mean, and we do get messages like that a lot. It's like, how I want to only dive with you guys. You can do that. Just come to Cozumel next year, and you can dive with us. One thing for certain about Cozumel is that I plan to dive 0 times with Woody.
Thank God.
I'm going to have a different buddy every day, and you can be that person. If you want to dive with me, July 2023, let's do it.
And if you want to die with me,
July 2023.
that'd be the same trip.
Let's do it. Or Mike.
Well, there will be a jet ski explosion in the future. I'm getting ready for my CCR course with new fins. Awesome. Way to go, Vitor. Yes, thank you. Thanks for the congrats on blazing some trail in a virgin cave. And it is highly addictive. And Mike said, absolutely, he will do that with me much more. And I want to. I did dive the Great Lakes. Thank you for the invite. We may do that again. 46 years ago, Terry 84. What was the longest dive time you have done, and what was the deco for it? I gotta pull up my computer.
3 hours and 4 minutes.
It's 3 hours and 4 minutes. I'm up a little bit longer than that, not much, somewhere in the close to 4. I did it in Cayman at Interspace, and I think the deco I remember of that. Thank you for the super chat for me. Somebody is back with Poseidon regulators and so forth, rebreathers.
Samuel, this is going to be the next person we ban.
What are the dates for the Mexico trip? One more time.
July 8th through 15th.
July 8th through 15th, and the sign up is on our website and on the channel site. We get new video. When do we get a new video? They come out regularly Mondays and Fridays at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is the normal time that you will see our videos come out. So every Monday and every Friday on Dive Talk.
But if you become a member, Dive Buddy or Argonaut, you get early access to our videos. Like our members got access to our Friday video on Sunday. They have a whole week to watch it before everyone else.
Yes. Yes, they do. Weirdest thing ever seen on a dive. I mean, to me, I've said this before, the weirdest species I've ever seen is a mola mola, a sunfish. I mean, that thing, when you see it underwater, I don't know what its mate was when it originated as a species, but it was definitely like the combination of a donkey, horse, whale shark.
They're so tiny when they're born.
It's just like turns into this craziest looking animal, but I had the privilege of seeing one in Galapagos. It was unbelievable. I probably cried from what I remember. Yeah, that was amazing. To me, that was the most...
The weirdest thing I've seen on a dive was getting to the trash room in Jackson Blue. Because what happens is you go inside this cave in Jackson Blue, and like 2,000 feet inside the cave, like deep inside the cave, all of a sudden you go into a room and it's full of trash. Like cans and bottles and all kinds of stuff. And basically nobody can understand why and how they got there. But the theory is that there used to be a sinkhole, so it was open to the surface. And they used to just throw trash. And all the cans and stuff are old, from like the 40s and 30s, like really old beer cans and stuff. So they said it was open to the surface. They used to throw stuff, and then at some point it collapsed and it's sealed.
Oh, that is weird.
So yeah, all of a sudden you're
trash.
diving and it's weird. And the insulation room at Ginny is also cool. Because you're diving, and all of a sudden you go into a room and the floor looks like that white insulation you see on your attic. Yeah, like it's just like you're like, whoa, this is the weirdest thing. Some kind of bacteria or something.
Wow, thank you, Nicholas, for the very generous super chat. You guys are awesome. How are you doing? We're doing great. We're on our way to South Florida to teach a stress and rescue class. We are here with also Terry and Bill helping us with the class. So that's awesome. And we're loaded up. The van is packed solid back there with lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Lots. You know, Terry has a channel.
I do.
Scuba Girls of Georgia?
No. Scuba Girls International.
Scuba Girl, oh yeah, I forgot you changed it. Scuba Girls International, cool channel. She interviewed us one time. It was fun. She did a great job, I thought.
It was funny.
And we'll probably be on her channel again. I don't think we're banned.
You are not banned, and as a matter of fact, I hope that we do it again because we still have things to talk about, sir.
We do. I look forward to it. When is Gus going dry caving? In the Himalayas? Soon? What'd you say?